Welcome back, everyone. Now, me and Paul here, we've got our Santa hats on already, all right? We're looking forward to Christmas. I don't know if you are. Tomorrow is the big day. Free Atlas is coming, so we might have a crazy Christmas this year. Make sure to like this video because I'll tell you what, it was so hard to find a Christmas hat that was big enough to fit my meathead and Paul's head. Paul's head is massive. Trying to get a Santa hat round his head. But anyway, I've got a really good episode for you all today, so make sure you watch until the end. Subscribe if you're new here. And yeah, I really hope you enjoy it.
On the 19th of December, 3i Atlas will be coming in, and as Raphael said, bringing a delivery system of energy and information and codes, and we'll be receiving them and activating those gifts, and these eyes are going to open up to receive connection to telepathic communication, to opening our heart for healing, and to creational energy.
It's quite crazy how a lot of people want this comet to land. I don't want it to land. I like life as a human. I don't want a big comet to land here and get dragged off and get flipping probed in a ship somewhere. All right, the only alien I need to see is him. I don't want to see a real one. So I'm hoping tomorrow that we're just going to see it go past, and then I wonder what's going to happen to all these people that go, whoa, aliens are going to land and give us burgers that we've never eaten before, and they're going to give us the new 10G mobile network. This is going to be one of the coolest videos you're ever going to see. All right. This is inside of a nuclear reactor in color. This is the first ever video of what happens. All right. This is plasma that we're seeing. This is a one-of-a-kind video. This was taken yesterday. Look at that. This is real. Isn't that just crazy? Look at that, it looks like a pair of eyes. I mean, isn't that incredible that us human beings made this? And that we can get something like this to work. This is what aliens should be giving us. An easier way to get energy. If a UFO landed and put his head through the window and went, all right, Ben, this little box here, if you stick it on your car, you're never going to have to fuel it up again. Great. Stopping for petrol and gas, right? Stopping for gas is a nightmare.
Artificial steaks are already a reality. Using a 3D printer, they print lab-grown steaks that are almost indistinguishable from meat in appearance, texture, and taste.
This machine is 3D printing steak. The goal is to create a piece of meat without killing a cow. It's no secret that beef is one of the most damaging foods for the planet. The global beef industry produced nearly 75 million tons of meat in 2020. That's about 19 pounds for each person on the planet. But plant-based alternatives to meat have grown into a $5.6 billion industry. Now, researchers in Israel are taking on one of the biggest challenges, growing steaks in a lab. But can lab-grown steak or plant-based alternatives really fix the broken beef industry? A study funded by the company found that, pound for pound, its product generates about 90% less greenhouse gas emissions than traditional beef.
No, not my burgers. Not my burgers, please. Life is crazy right now. We got all this stuff happening with aliens and all that, but not my burgers. Please don't mess with my burgers. That's it. My one pleasure in life that I look forward to at the end of the week is a nice, big, juicy burger. I know you're trying to save the lives of cows. I get that. But what about us? What about us? Eating a flipping chemical patty can't be good for you. I'll tell you what, after a year of eating these burgers, you might grow another head or something.
Look, dude, she couldn't find her way over there, so now she's over here.
Who?
She's definitely trying to find a way into my property.
I don't see it. In the tree.
Do you see her? Look at that face. Oh my god. It's right there staring at me.
I see it. Right there, look. That's a face.
Oh my god, dude. What the She's crawling through all this bro.
Stop standing around and filming it. Get that shovel and build that fence, mate. Alright? Don't worry about it. She's over there. Get that shovel and go. Actually, I'm not going to say that. Alright? I'm a Christian. I can't say that. But just build the fence. That could possibly make me want to move house. You got some lady crawling around in the bushes outside. I don't know. I don't know how to deal with that. That wall, that fence would be as big as the Eiffel Tower if I had someone crawling around outside my house like that.
They've been hiding this from you. The Bermuda Triangle isn't just a mysterious region, it's a gateway to another dimension. But that's not even the craziest thing that was recently discovered. In declassified naval reports, there are accounts of ships and planes vanishing, saying they disappeared without a trace, as if swallowed by the sea. These incidents have occurred for decades, so what's really happening in the Bermuda Triangle? This is where things get scary. In recently uncovered documents from a top-secret military project, it said that the Bermuda Triangle is not just a danger zone, but a portal created by an advanced ancient civilization known as the Atlanteans. The documents specifically mention that the Atlanteans, who had mastered interdimensional travel, established the Bermuda Triangle as a gateway to another realm, which has since become unstable and causes the mysterious disappearances. However, once the Atlanteans disappeared, the technology behind the portal was lost, and the true nature of the Bermuda Triangle was concealed to prevent widespread panic and exploitation. This explains why so many ships and planes have vanished without explanation, and why the Bermuda Triangle remains one of the world's most enigmatic mysteries.
I mean, there's definitely something out there, isn't there? And a portal makes sense. Because for years, we've all heard stories about planes going missing, boats going missing, cargo ships, all sorts. Stuff disappearing. You don't just lose planes and ships. And I wonder why they haven't gone down there. Why don't they just stick some blokes in a submarine and go down there and have a look? And stick a GoPro on your head and live stream it to YouTube. Why don't they do that? Alright, so this is a very interesting video. This guy just walks his dog around the forest and he comes across a van. Turns out this van is owned by NASA. And my first thoughts were, nah, obviously, it's probably fake. You know, stick some NASA stickers on it. It's a NASA van. But someone from the NASA government actually contacted this guy about the van. Alright? It's legit. This is a NASA van and it's in the middle of nowhere and it's been abandoned. Was his dog flipping it, mate? I think something's wrong with your dog. Whoa. That's crazy. The fact that it's open as well. Imagine that if that was a part of a UFO in the back. I mean, to be honest, if I was going into a UFO, if I was going into a NASA van, I definitely wouldn't film it. No way the keys are in there. It's just pressing everything. This would be me if I was in a UFO. Just press everything. Yeah, what is that? I mean, I have so many questions about that. The dog first. I think you need to take your dog to the vet, mate, because he took 2 dumps in about 2 minutes there. Why is there a NASA van in the middle of nowhere, and why did they abandon it? I definitely wouldn't film it and upload it. I would probably try and restore the van. I don't know. What would you do in this situation? Comment down below. If you found a NASA van in the middle of nowhere near where you live, what would you do? Would you like whack it on eBay, or would you report it? Let me know down below.
This girl claimed to be Cleopatra's friend in a past life, and it's one of the most chilling reincarnation cases in history. In the 1940s, a Kansas couple, John and Mary Carter, had a daughter named Emily. She seemed like any other child until at the age of 6, she began making unsettling claims. I lived in Egypt before. I miss my old home. Her parents thought it was just a phase sparked by her fascination with pyramids and Egyptology documentaries. But things got stranger. Emily began drawing hieroglyphs, saying, "This is my name." When asked where she'd learned them, she would insist, "I just know." Her parents dismissed it as a child's imagination. As Emily grew, her obsession with Egypt intensified. By the time she was 18, she had an uncanny knowledge of ancient Egyptian culture and symbols, despite never formally studying it. For her birthday, her parents decided to take her to Egypt, hoping to indulge her curiosity. Once inside the Great Pyramid of Giza, Emily acted as if she'd been there before. She corrected the tour guide's directions and confidently led the group through corridors. Then she stopped at a hidden doorway and whispered, "This is where I was last." Inside, they discovered an undisturbed chamber and a sarcophagus covered in hieroglyphs. The symbols perfectly matched the ones Emily had drawn as a child. She turned to her parents and said, "This is my name. This is who I was." The family was left in shock, unable to explain the unexplainable.
Right, so I just had to look this up because I was like, no way. But it's actually based on a true story. The real lady's name is Dorothy Eady, or Ady. I don't know, I'm probably butchering her name there. That was based on a real story. That is so interesting. Fair play. They took her to Egypt and they found out. It would be interesting to see, wouldn't it? But leave your comments about that down below.
I keep seeing videos about how our timelines are all messed up, like how I didn't know that woolly mammoths were around at the same time that the pyramids were being built. But there's actually so many other weird overlaps that are blowing my mind. And before we dive in, if you love the spooky and dark, you'll love the podcast. Like how Dali died the same year that Daniel Radcliffe was born. And even weirder, Eminem and Picasso were alive at the same time for 2 years. Rosa Parks lived long enough to be able to see the first 2 Shrek movies in theaters. And let's not forget that in her lifetime, she actually sued the band Outkast. When the Declaration of Independence was being signed, no one knew that dinosaurs even existed. Like, dinosaurs had actually not been discovered yet. And let's not forget that Cleopatra was born closer to the invention of the iPhone than to the actual pyramids being built. This one sounds fake, but is totally real. The last person to collect a pension from the Civil War died the year that Obama took office. And finally, the oldest tree alive today was around at the time of woolly mammoths. And not only that, but when the last woolly mammoth died, this tree was already 1,000 years old.
If only trees could talk, eh? Imagine what that tree's seen in its life. And imagine how annoying it would be to be a tree. Like, you're there. You can't talk. You can't itch anywhere because, you know, you're a tree, mate. And you've witnessed everything. You're just there chilling. And you've seen everything. And people are sitting under your tree going, I wonder what happened here last night. I wonder if my girlfriend or boyfriend was here cheating on me. Right? You can see why I can't sleep at night. I'm just going off on one here, but I'm just going to keep going. I wonder if the dinosaurs existed. I wonder if this happened. And the trees are going, no, it did happen. It did happen. These videos are all over the place. This is how my mind works, everyone. But it must be really annoying. Because I'm just going to leave it at that.
Creepy Bureau Photos That Keep Me Up at Night Part 70. A British mother, Laura Watson, was left terrified after discovering what appears to be a ghostly child standing behind her son in photos taken at Plessy Woods Country Park. She insists no one else was nearby when the picture was snapped. Several photos were taken seconds apart from the photo in question, and they appear normal. Here's one of those photos, and the second one. Once skeptical of the paranormal, Laura says the experience has convinced her otherwise, sparking online speculation that the figure could be the spirit of a boy who drowned in the area years ago.
She had his hand on his shoulder. How did he not know? You're stood under a tree and a random person has their hand on your shoulder. You're going to know, aren't you? But maybe we can't feel ghost hands. That sounded a bit weird, but, you know, don't take that out of context. If ghosts are in another dimension, right? This is why I don't believe that video, these photos. I just think they're made, right? But if ghosts are in another dimension that we can only see if we open our brains up to it, how can a camera that's built by a machine see that? You know what I mean? How can a camera lens see something that only a human eye can actually see? Or, do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? How can a camera see a ghost? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I don't think you can take a picture of it. I don't know. Maybe you could. But either way, if that really did happen, and I'm wrong, I wouldn't be going out for countryside walks anymore. Before you all go, I want to share something with you. That this time of year, when I was a child, I would watch The Lion King with my brother. And there's a scene that has stuck with me all throughout my childhood, teenage, adult life. Is when Simba is talking to his dad, who's died. And Simba, the son, is feeling really lost, doesn't know what to do with his life. He's feeling depressed, a lot of things. And he says to his dad, he says, "Help me, what do I do?" And his dad tells him that he's forgotten who he is. The exact words, "You have forgotten who you are more than what you have become. You are more than what you feel like. You are more than your feelings." You might feel like life is terrible and life is awful and you're going to be trapped forever, but that's not the case. You are more than what happens in here. What you think about doesn't define you as a person. I used to think I was many things. You know, when I had depression, I used to think that I was a horrible, evil, you know, I was truly lost. I was so sad. And I couldn't escape that sadness. But it's not the case. You are not who you think you are. You are defined by how you act. So don't see yourself in such a bad way, you know. Don't forget who you truly are. You know, when you were a baby, with every single person watching this video has been born. Alright? And at one point in time, you were held as a baby by your parents, and they looked at you like you were the most precious, beautiful, amazing thing on planet Earth. You're still that human being. Just because you're an adult doesn't mean that you still that you don't matter. I really think that about us humans, that we forget who we truly are. And your darkness doesn't define who you are. Alright? Better times are coming. And spend time with yourself. Get to know yourself. Because who you truly are is when you're alone. How are you as a person when you're alone? When no one's looking? When the only person looking at you is God. Right? How are you as a person? That's who you are. Alright? Sometimes I go around people and I feel a certain way, but to ground myself, I spend some time alone. Not because I'm a weirdo, but because I want to get to know myself. You know, to remind myself who I truly am. So, don't forget that, whoever you are. And I hope that can help you in some way. And, yeah, I will carry on praying for you. Even if you don't want my prayers, I don't care. I'm still going to pray for you. So, thank you all for watching. Hope you're all having an amazing time. Hope you're all happy and healthy. And be grateful for what you have, because, you know, life can get crazy. Life out there for some people is bad right now. So the fact that we can do this and we're watching these videos together, and, you know, we don't know what people are going through out there. So for your life, be grateful for it. All right. And I look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. Got a really good episode for you. And around Christmas time, I think I'm going to do the longest video I've done on the channel. So I look forward to doing that. And God bless all of you. And I'll see you tomorrow. See you then.